Welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farah Laurent. Today, I wanted to talk about nurses who are out there feeling underpaid and feeling undervalued. And I have a couple strategies and tips for you. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. If you happen to be watching this or watching the replay, if you have any comments or questions, drop them in the chat. Let me know what city or country you were watching from. And if you're new to the channel, you've never watched me before, you don't know about me, please subscribe and follow. I create a lot of content about career development and advancement, and also how you can make money moves and business moves as a nurse. All right. So again, for those who don't know me, I've been a nurse for 20 years, started my career in Canada in the emergency department, moved on to education, and then some leadership roles. And now I'm a nurse entrepreneur and, of course, still educator, content creator, and conference host, and also the author of Nurses Making Money Moves. This is the book right here. And I have that available on my website, nursefair.com. So basically, that's the book that started this conference. It's now called Nurses Making Business Moves, and it's going to be in Tampa, Florida, March 6th and 7th. So get your tickets now, because when they sell out, that's it. The last day to get your tickets is on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So get your tickets before they sell out. Currently, I have a payment plan for those that want to split the payments up. And also a promo code that I'll share at the end of this. The promo code will last only for a short time. So if you are interested in attending, let me know. If you want to sponsor the conference, there is still a chance to sponsor. And if you want a table to be an exhibitor, contact me. Just message me on LinkedIn. All right, so let's get into it. Number one, wanted to quickly talk about nursing in the profession, right? I absolutely love nursing. I love our profession. But nursing school, really focuses on you passing the NCLEX, which is, what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make sure that you're competent, theory-wise, practice-wise, psychomotor skills, those types of things are covered, right? But the curriculum in nursing school doesn't really allow for much beyond that, right? So they don't really teach you how to find a job right after school and how to market yourself, how to pitch yourself and promote yourself for what you really want, right? Yes, they might have some, resume camps or, cover letters and things like that, but they don't really teach you how to be confident and how to really negotiate your salary and those types of things, right? So what happens is, because we don't have that background, that business acumen, we don't have the confidence, the negotiation skills, and all those things ready, what happens is, typically when we're new graduate nurses, we just take the first job available and we just take the first offer, right? I did the same thing. I wish someone taught me these things when I was a new nurse. And that's why I started my business as a nurse career coach. 20 years ago, nothing like that existed. I, wish I had somebody like me that could guide me through the job search process, help me negotiate my salary, and learn about, the financial literacy piece that's missing in most schools, but also missing in nursing. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because so many of us nurses work so hard, right? Even in leadership position and education positions, but we still feel underpaid and undervalued. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. I want to come here and let you know that there are options. There are opportunities for you to make more money and to make extra money on the side, right? So we're going to get into that, but it all starts with mindset. That's the place that it all starts, right? We have to switch our mindset to think more like a business, because you are a business as a nurse, and healthcare is a business. So I want you to start treating yourself as a business. Even if you don't have a registered business, you should be looking at yourself, your role as a business. Okay. So That is number one. All right. So look at yourself as a business, look at yourself as a brand. Personal branding is a game changer. I did not know anything about personal branding when I first started, and it actually cost me a lot of different positions. I was overqualified, highly educated, multiple degrees, multiple certifications, but because I didn't work on my personal brand and a lot of other strategic things like networking and leveraging certain relationships, and I didn't get up the clinical ladder fast enough, right? To the rate that I wanted to. And it didn't match, you know, the knowledge and skills and expertise that I had. I just wasn't getting there. And I know a lot of nurses feel this way, and you might be watching, you might feel the same that, hey, I'm doing all the right things. I'm working hard. I got my doctorate degree or I got my master's degree, but I'm still not getting promoted. I'm still not getting to that next level. What's going on? And at this point, a lot of nurses, and this might be you as well, you might think, well, if I get one more certification or if I get one more degree, then it's going to happen. I'll get promoted, I'll make more money, and I'll have more freedom. A lot of times that doesn't necessarily happen. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about today is developing that business mindset. And I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to start leveraging your expertise, your skills, start building a personal brand that gets you paid, that gets you more opportunities so you can start attracting more opportunities. Okay? So, before I even get into the top 5 things that I mentioned here, is as I look for my list, I wrote it down somewhere here. Yeah, okay. Is the conference, right? So this is the reason I started the Nurses Making Business Moves conference. I highly suggest that you go and check it out after this live. Go to nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. This conference is more than a conference, it's literally a movement, right? It's bringing, who is it for? It's for nursing students, new graduate nurses, executives, educators, entrepreneurs, both nurse entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs that are not necessarily in healthcare, all coming together so you can be in community, learn about wealth building, learn about marketing, sales, pitching, promoting, personal branding, social media content creation, all the things that you can stack up your skills and have better business skills to either grow in your career or start a business. Okay. So I encourage you to go to nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com because the tickets are definitely going to sell out. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to Connolly. I'm going to be speaking tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Please connect with Connolly. She's in the chat right now. For you to attend this live, but you have to message her to get the link to be able to see me speak live about really how to grow in your career or in your business. So that's happening tonight at 7 p.m. So reach out to Connolly in the chat on LinkedIn. So let's get into it. What are your options? Okay. So the number one option that you can do right now in order for you to get paid more and leverage your skills and everything is negotiate your salary. So for all my new graduate nurses out there, it's so important for you to negotiate your salary. You might not have the skills, the ability to do so right now because you're clueless because you didn't learn this in nursing school. But this is what I do for my nurse clients, my new graduate nurses. In my 12-week coaching program, it's a group coaching program. I go through all the stages from job search to what to wear, how to do a resume, how to do a cover letter, how to present yourself with confidence, down to clinical questions, and even how to follow up with recruiters and hiring managers. And I've helped over 200 new nurses land their dream role, making 6 figures in less than 90 days. Actually, just in fact, yesterday, one of my clients, I'm so proud of her. She's going to send me her testimonial very soon. She got offered a job at Stanford in California. And we all know Stanford is one of the highest paying hospitals for nurses, and it's very competitive to get into. And now I think this is the third person that I've now helped get into Stanford through my coaching program. She was so happy. She was literally in tears. And not only did she get that offer, she ended up getting 3 offers. So, this is the power of positioning and investing in yourself as a nurse. Okay. So, number one is learning negotiation skills and asking for more money when you do pivot to a new role, whether you're pivoting to a new bedside role, whether you're getting a new role as a new graduate nurses, ask for more money. How do you do that? Quick tip, the city that you're in, go to salary.com or indeed.com, a lot of these websites, look up your role, registered nurse. It'll ask you like how many years experience do you have or whatever, and then put the title in there. So, whether it's an educator, leadership, whatever. And it'll give you the range in your city of what you should be making. I recommend looking at the top end of that range and asking for that amount. And first, let them give you the offer and then be ready to counter back. But that's why you need to do the research before you go to your interview so that when they present you with the offer, you know how to counter back with that amount and you know the language to use. Okay. So, again, if you're a new nurse, you want to learn how to negotiate your salary, how to have the edge, and get into this nurse residency programs and get into these top tier hospitals, DM me or literally join me at 1 p.m. because I'm going to have a whole webinar. I host a weekly webinar for new nurses. So direct message me or just go to newnursejob.com to get into it. If you can't come today, just sign up and the next one you'll be notified. Okay. So that's number one, negotiate your salary or ask for a promotion. Okay. Number two is you need a career pivot. What does that mean? Let's say you've been in your current role for years and years and years. You've asked many times for a promotion, you've asked for a raise, and nothing is happening. It's stagnant. They're not even giving you a 1 to 3% raise. And by the way, that's like measly. That's nothing, right? Like think about inflation year after year, how much the cost of living is, things are going up dramatically in terms of cost. So if you're not getting raises at work, it's very hard to keep up with stuff. Obviously, we see what's going on in the news. And again, it's not just related to just money, but also conditions at work. But there are nurses striking in California and striking in New York. So, we need to advocate for our profession so we can have better working conditions and stop accepting lowball offers, right? So that we can continue to set the bar higher and higher because we do deserve more money. We're literally risking our lives to take care of other people. So we should get paid accordingly. Clock that. Okay. So you need to do a career pivot. If for some reason in your current role, they refuse to give you that, then start looking for the next role and do a career pivot. You can go to another hospital, another city. You can move. You have options. Don't let fear hold you back. Okay. And traditionally, when you move to a new role, typically you can make anywhere from 10 to 15% off that whatever base salary you have. And then never tell the recruiters what you made before. It's irrelevant. It's none of their business. Just, have language around how, you can basically say, well, I would love to hear more about the role. And I'm confident that the compensation will match my past experience, my certifications and my degrees. And, I'm looking forward to the interview. If they keep pressing it, then that's when you have to really do your research and look at the market value for your role in your city. Okay. So, number one is negotiate your salary. Number two, switch jobs. If they're not paying you, switch. Okay. Career pivot. Number two. Okay. Number three, learn the art of pitching, promoting, and marketing yourself. Okay. And these are all things that we're going to be learning at the Nurses Making Business Moves conference. This conference is not just for nurses who want to start businesses. Yes, a large portion of that is, but even if you're a new nurse and you don't know how to have these conversations about negotiating, being more confident, asking for more, and sometimes it's not just monetary. You can ask for more vacation. You can negotiate your work week. As an educator, I remember I got offered 2 educator jobs and I didn't want to decline the clinical instructor job because I love nursing students. So I told the main educator job, I said, hey, instead of 5 days a week, I would love a 4-day week. And they said, okay, cool, four tens. And then the 5th day, I used it to be a clinical instructor. So you can also negotiate your work week, your vacation, negotiate the whole package. Okay. So these are the things that you're going to learn when you come to the business conference, right? The Nurses Making Business Moves conference. I know it's kind of long, but you need to be there. And the connections alone, right? The speakers, you're going to make amazing connections with speakers, international speakers that are both nurses and non-nurses. And I'm super excited to announce that there is a payment plan. If you're a nursing student or a new grad or whatever, you just need a payment plan, check out the website. We literally just dropped a payment plan where you can pay in 2 payments or 3 payments. So there's no excuse. Come to the conference. It's in Tampa, Florida, March 6th and 7th. And of course, you're going to get to meet me. I'll be speaking directly about personal branding and my journey into entrepreneurship, because it's very difficult for some nurses to make that transition from full-time or part-time to full-time entrepreneur. And this is the place to be. It is the conference of the year. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fun. And the transformations that are happening, like the people that came last year have started businesses, have written books, started podcasts, been on other people's podcasts, getting more clients, started private practices, like a lot of nurse practitioners and things like that. So there is something for everyone. Okay. So pitching and promoting, you're going to learn that. We actually have a pitch competition at the end of the conference where we're going to have 4 finalists who will come and pitch about their business. So you're going to learn from them. And we have Precious L. Williams, who's a 13-time national pitch champion. She's a former attorney and now a full-time speaker, and she trains sales teams for like Microsoft. She has spoken for Verizon. Like, she's been on Shark Tank. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to be learning from the best of the best. So you need to get your tickets today before they sell out. Okay. So you'll learn pitching and promoting from the queen herself, Precious L. Williams, and you'll see it in action. This is not just a conference where we're just giving you information. You will actually have tangible tools and take action after the conference. Okay. And then number 4, you're going to see the power of speaking. If you don't want to maybe do a whole business, like you're like, oh, I don't know, but I really like to teach, or I'm an educator and I like to get in front of the crowd and share my message or whatever. Speaking is huge. So many conferences are always constantly asking for subject matter experts, and you can get paid to speak. You can literally get paid anywhere from like, say, $2,000 to 5K, or potentially even 10,000 or more, depending on the experience of you speaking and how often, right? But it is lucrative if you're really focused on speaking. It is a great thing to do. The other thing you can do while still maintaining your full-time job is be a consultant or a coach. It's a service-based business where you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can literally consult virtually or do it a couple times a year. As a coach, I started coaching while I was working full time, and I did it on my off days, right? A lot of you nurses are working 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts. So on those days, you could be building out your business or you could be coaching or consulting. And you will learn the step by step frameworks on how to start that business when you come to the Nurses Making Business Moves conference. And you'll get the opportunity to be with the speakers. This is not a conference where like the speakers come, drop in, and then leave, and then you're trying to chase them to ask them a question. No, we're in community and they're there the whole time. On Friday, you get to spend 4 hours with all the attendees and all the speakers where we're networking, talking, having a good time, and you get to ask your questions. And same thing at the conference, okay? And then number 5, obviously, you will learn business acumen, and you need to learn about business in order to be, to build wealth and not feel underpaid and undervalued. It's all about positioning yourself, investing in yourself, being in a circle with other professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs who are driven, who have done the thing, and who are doing the thing. So you can go right to the source, right? Okay, I'm not sure what they're talking about, billing and something. Okay. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. I have to run because I have to lead this webinar right now, but I will potentially be back later today. If you are interested if you're a legal nurse consultant, or interested in it or whatever, Connolly, connect with her on LinkedIn because I'll be speaking tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern about really how to position yourself for success in your career and in your business. And a lot of it will have to do with branding, visibility, and content creation. So I invite you to connect with her. And then, of course, I invite you to go get your tickets like right now before they sell out, for real. And there's no excuses because there's a payment plan. So come to Tampa, especially if you're out in the cold weather right now, and you need some warmth. Tampa, Florida is an amazing, amazing, beautiful place to be. Oh, I messed up the Nurses Making Money Moves. Okay, y'all know how to spell making, okay? Nurses Making Business Moves.com. Okay, I'll drop it later in the chat, in the comment section. Okay, so, and if you're a business watching this and you're interested to support the conference, direct message me. I do also have exhibitor tables left if you're interested in getting a table to present your books or products or whatever you have in front of healthcare professionals, nursing executives, nursing students, and other entrepreneurs. So I will see you in Tampa, March 6th and 7th. And, you're going to see my face literally all week and all next week. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Drop in the comments if you feel this was helpful and let me know any comments or questions you